Hello and welcome to the Witch's Realm. I'm Andrea Franco, intuitive business mentor.
And I'm Amanda Root, mindset and manifestation mentor. We created this podcast as a safe space for women to connect and come out of the witch's closet and own their magic.
We discuss everything from business, pleasure, spell work, sex, wealth, and how to live a magically abundant as fuck life.
Yeah, get ready to tune in and get turned on. Welcome back. We're wearing the same outfit.
I know, because we're recording 2 podcasts in one night.
Yeah, because we don't want to disappoint you guys. Like, we've been on a roll.
Yeah, we're finally like Monday, 12 p.m. is when you can expect these podcasts. And I'm like, I'm not fucking it up. And Amanda decided that she needs to go to Mexico for like 10 days.
I do.
And I'm fine with that. 8 days. What?
8.
Oh gosh, I've heard her mind. She was like, get right. And so, yeah, we would have not been in line to get one in, so we're doubling up.
Double up.
Which I do think is smart.
It is. It's like we're already on a roll too. We've already been jamming for I've been here for a while, so Monday nights are great. They really are.
They just work for me.
And I love that the podcast drops on Monday and then we record on Monday. It's like Mondays are the witch's realm.
Vibe. The witch's realm's vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. So this episode, we are going to be talking about connecting mind, body, soul. Some of the things that we do. I would say for me, the word I want to use is like to get grounded.
For me, it's like to get like
in my body.
Whole.
I think to get in my body.
Yeah.
Because I personally, Amanda's much better at this than me, but I could be the motherfucker who like, I go a mile a minute sometimes.
You get up in your head.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I'm a Virgo, so I'm like planning. And so bringing myself back to my body is very important for me.
So, yeah, for me, it's so like I can feel
magical.
back in my power. Like I feel like throughout the day, my attention gets scattered, my power gets scattered. It's all over the place. My energy. By the end of the day, like when I just like go and do my people talk, we've touched on this like self-care and self-love and all that crap, but like in reality, like after everyone in my household has like gone to bed, my kids are in bed, you know, there's really something about like as simple as connecting with your breath, just connecting with your breath, paying attention to your breath. I would say that's silence.
My weakest link.
You are the weakest link.
What is that, a show?
It used to be
called The Weakest Link. So weird.
Yeah, and they had like, I feel like it was like,
did they drop people out or something?
Probably.
I don't remember. It's way throwback.
I think it was like a mean lady, and she was like, "You are the weakest link."
Yeah. What the fuck was that on? It was like the Amanda Bynes show or something.
I don't know.
Or was it its own show? I don't know. Now we're going.
We went from Kanye to Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, what the fuck's happening right now?
So, yeah, I feel like
breath. That's what you're saying.
At the end of the day, like if you take a couple minutes to connect with your breath. Like,
breath work is fucking life-changing.
Yeah.
Like so connecting with my breath, I could get better at, but like when I go to retreats or host retreats, either or, that breath work is fucking crazy. I love that we're going to, I can't wait for you to, we're going to a retreat together in the first week of April.
I'm so excited.
And that woman does like crazy breath work. Like she's like in, out, and you have to do it for like fucking, it feels like eternity. And you're like, I feel like not enough people realize, so I want to say this about like this kind of stuff, is we hold trauma and pain and experiences in our physical vessel.
Yes.
And so I love body movement or breath work because I am someone who has experienced a lot of trauma and could be an angry little fucker. And I think obviously I've come light years, and now I'm someone who works on emotional intelligence and non-reactivity. And I think that's because of the breath work and the anger release and the different things that I've done body wise. I feel like when you're doing real deep, crazy fucking breath work, it's just being like released out of you. And like in some of the breath work that I've done personally, and you'll see it at the retreats because I'll probably be the first one to light up the room. And I'm always the permission giver. But when we did the last retreat I went to in New York for that woman, everyone was doing breath work, and it was like I could tell the whole room wanted to just fucking scream. And the breaths were getting deeper and deeper and was getting intense, and I was like, fuck it. And I was just like, ah, and then like everyone started doing it.
I've been somewhere with you where you've done that before.
Did I howl?
Yes.
I feel like I just saw myself howling.
Yes, we went to that women's circle, the goddess circle, and you howled, and it was the hawks were flying over us. That was amazing.
And then everyone else did it. I always feel like I'm that human where like I do what everyone else wants to do, but like needs permission to do first. And so I'm like, fuck it.
So I'm like a seer and a watcher. And especially in a new environment, like I am at a place, like I'm going to sit there and I will be like observing. And I'm
the leader.
Yeah.
I always have been. But that's why we compliment each other so well.
Yeah.
Is you're like the seer, watcher, grounded motherfucker, or I'm the crazy, wacky.
For me, like breath work is more about like getting my energy really clear and right. Like in order for me to do everything that I want to do every day and to feel the way I want to feel, I feel like I need to move shit out of my body. Like I need to get that out.
I will say this. I wish I did more breath work. I think that like when I do it at retreats and like I feel like I do it most when people
dude, it takes like legit 1
But like
minute.
I remember like on one of our sessions you like made me breathe and some shit. And I'm like, I should do this more. I know, but like I mean, I think that I do like card pulls and I'll meditate, but I think that sometimes, and we'll go into meditation next, but like sometimes I'm meditating and I'm not like doing breath work. I'm not really.
So, but that's the thing. Just being focused on your breathing, whether you're like doing a special counting or you don't have to do that. You don't have to be like an expert breather. Just by
I took a course on breathing.
Just by being aware of your breath and connecting with it is enough to start to peel back those layers. And then you can start adding in like, for instance, my kids. So when they're like toddlers, like Connor right now, he's almost 3. He's legit like just very difficult. Are
you bringing your kids to my party?
Yeah. When he's having a hard time or like my kids are emotionally overwhelmed, very upset, like yelling, crying, a lot of times I will say to them like, let's just take 10 deep breaths before we talk about this. And I will make them breathe because breath is our life force. It's so important. And like when you're feeling that energy, that negative energy or any type of negative energy, breath can fix it. Anxiety.
You know, this is really random. But when I have the hiccups, breath is what makes them go away. So hiccups are the spasming of your diaphragm. So if you regulate your breath and you regulate your breathing, then you regulate your diaphragm, and then your hiccups will go away. And I learned that in like biology. I think that was Mrs. Nelson.
I had a Mrs. Nelson for biology too.
Really?
Yes. Weird. Did she have glasses?
Yeah.
Shut up. With curly hair.
How?
She was St. Mary's.
No, not mine. Was at Seth Haley, I think.
Does yours look like Bailey. A frog?
Oh my god! I don't know. I'm not letting. We're done. I'm not entertaining that. We're gonna get kicked off our own podcast.
That's the thing about it. They can't kick us off.
Anyways, I think that learning that, like, every time I have the hiccups and I do that, they always go away. Always. Why is that? Tell me,
that's
Mrs.
your
Nelson.
mind. That's your mind connecting with your body and telling your body, like, relax, your diaphragm to, like, stop spasming. But I think doing yoga, like, is what really got me to where I was like, wow, connecting with my breath can really change things.
So that's my next confession. So, you know this, and I don't do this anymore. Are you proud of me? I haven't smoked cigarettes in like over a year. Crazy. Wow. It's been a long time.
You know.
Did you ever take note of that I really quit?
No.
Like for real quit.
Thank
It's been a fucking
goddess.
while. Well, I quit when I got sober. Like for real.
Girl. So happy.
When I got sober for real. Anyways, what was I saying there? Oh, I remember so one of the reasons I used to smoke was because it was the only time I was breathing. And I remember like obviously the act, like it was more of like an act thing for me.
Yeah.
And I remember I would go outside and I'd be like, and it was like the only time that like I would be going a mile a minute.
Interesting.
And I remember that like that was why I enjoyed smoking so much, because it was when I connected to it. That makes literally no sense, but it's the truth. It was when I connected most to my breath. I would go outside to smoke a cigarette to connect to my breath, and it would soothe me because not only was I smoking and doing a habit, I was breathing.
I just feel like in order for me to clearly get all the messages, like you're doing the same thing I'm doing. You're working with so many different people on a daily basis. Yeah, you're trying to clear your channel, like clear your vessel all the time. Like connecting with your breath is important. Yeah. So like you found positive ways of doing it.
Positive way of doing bad things?
No, I'm saying now.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking about cigarettes.
I think you breathe more
than I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think like I fucking improve my life on a damn daily basis, but I think one of the things that I struggled the most with was breath. I will say that is something that like I think was a struggle for me, because slowing down to be like,
I mean,
was like, yeah. Hard.
I say that to you all the time. Like if you looked through our text messages, I say to you, breathe all the time. I used to say that to Megan a lot too, and it just like kills me. Breathe. Honestly, it's the answer like 90% of the time.
Yeah, because you have to take a moment and stop and get back in your body.
And let your body connect with your mind, because your mind starts to go.
That used to be my thing, is like I'll be like, this needs to get done. But, and you know this too, like sometimes my weaknesses are also my strengths. I mean, I think that I've flown very fast at business, at life, and I quantum leap really quickly because I'm like a motherfucker who's but I've definitely worked on breath and peace and quiet and meditation and breath work. Okay, but let's go into yoga. That was one other thing that like I feel like really utilized to like connect back body, mind, and soul. Yeah.
Exercise is something that like has always been a little bit of a struggle for me. Like I don't love to run. I don't love the gym.
Same.
And with yoga, I feel like I'm using my body. And so, okay, yoga was something that I discovered when I hurt my back.
Bobby does yoga.
Bobby's the yoga. Recently, I have been taking Pilates. Shout out to Bobby. Love that bitch.
What is her thing called? I'll look her up.
Bobby Jane Yoga.
She has like her business is called something.
That's what it's called.
It's called like Breathe and Move or something. Okay. Anyways, keep going.
Get the official name.
Okay.
Recently I've started going to Pilates, and this is a whole nother level of the mind-body connection. So there are like pressure points on your body that Pilates targets, and the breathing and the movement all simultaneously. And I mean, I feel like I have activated like different parts of my body through Pilates. Everything that I just want to learn, you know, I love learning more things.
It's called Breathe and Move Yoga.
Breathe and Move Yoga.
I think that's what her like LLC is, but she's like Bobby Jane.
Bobby Jane Yoga.
Yeah.
So yeah, yoga, I feel like.
Can I tell a funny story?
Yeah, go.
So she was teaching a yoga class on Halloween, and I thought it would be a good idea to wear that onesie leopard suit. Do you remember that?
No.
You know my onesies during the winter? I didn't take any of them out.
Yeah, where
packed.
are they?
All packed somewhere. I never unpacked moving here. But like, who fuck knows? Who knows? We're gonna find so much shit when I move.
I can't wait.
I can. Anyways, I had like this big leopard onesie, cheetah. I don't know, whatever the fuck it was. And so I was leading a sound bowl meditation. Speaking of getting in your body, I led the best sound bowl meditation ever. These people I made them high. Like, I think at first I freaked them the fuck out.
That's a great way to connect your mind, body, and soul.
And I was like leading like the most amazing sound bowl. And by the way, I don't give a shit. I paid this fucking girl all this money to pack my shit and to unpack it, and then she dipped out when it was unpacking time. So I know my sound bowl is. I don't know what the fucking thing is. We're gonna find so many things. Anyways, there's the ADD. I couldn't do yoga in the onesie because I gotta bend and stretch in it, and my cousin is just like,
stop it.
So it was.
I want to go to yoga with you. I feel like
hilarious.
I would piss myself.
I'm
honestly.
Funny. I'm very funny. But
I actually
really
would probably
be
like, shut the fuck up.
It was no, I don't say I'm not like obnoxious like that at yoga, but it was just funny because I was like so serious and led this like really deep, really like meditative like sound bowl thing, and then we start doing the yoga, and I'm like, and my cousin is looking, and I'm like trying so hard to not make it obvious that I cannot move because in the fucking position she's doing, my body will not, like, I was gonna rip the onesie.
Yeah.
And so like I was not trying to like, I didn't like, she's very professional, like she really loves what she does, and like,
oh my God,
I would be
amazing.
So fucking mad if I was in a workshop and she started joking around. So I just kind of like stopped when I couldn't do the movement. And
what were you afraid was going to happen? Like you were going to rip the ass?
I mean, yes, but I also really couldn't move like that. It was just like that, like immobile. I'm dead serious.
So when I was in high school, one of my friend's moms was a yoga instructor, and she used to let us go to class, and like she would put like oils on us, and like,
yeah, Bobby's very good at what I love is like sometimes she'll like in the middle of the class like touch people, move them. At one of the classes I went to, there was like 2 or 3 of us, and I was like, when she put her hands on me, I was like, what is this bitch doing to me? Like she had like knew how to like maneuver people.
Yeah,
with like oil and different stuff too. I really liked that.
Yeah,
it's a nice little touch.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people who listen to this podcast, like they come and listen because they're interested in we're entertaining as fuck, but they're interested in like deepening their relationship with themselves. I think that's kind of like what the witch's realm is.
I do really feel like, I can't say I do yoga, but breath work, meditation, like getting into my body, which helped me get into my feminine, which helped me receive, which helped me make more money, which helped me find the love of my life. Blah, blah, like everything fucking relates to each other. And like, that's what I wish people understood too, is like, life is, if you
like
want
how can you say you're
life,
not good at breath work when you do meditation? Like you can't even meditate without doing breath work. Like, you do
I'm
breath
not
work.
horrible at it. I'm just saying that like, it was something that I felt I needed to work on, and I have. No. I'm just saying it was one of the things that I don't feel I was good at until I really had to work on it. It wasn't one of those things that didn't come to me naturally.
Isn't that funny though? Because like breath is something that should come, like think about it.
It didn't come naturally to
me. Your brain breathes without you even having to think about it. But I think that
legitimately, like that is one of the things, like technology, like sending an email. I would rather like not, like that's this thing like breath. It wasn't something that I genuinely enjoyed.
Interesting.
I didn't like it. But I also feel like that's because I'm a mile of a minute bitch. Mm-hmm. And so I think, again, I was also very in my masculine, and that really shifted for me over the past 1.5, 2 years, maybe even 3. When I went to my first retreat in Australia.
Was there breath work in that retreat
too?
Yep.
That woman, that's all she does. Is like get in your body, get in your feminine, get in your body, get in your feminine. And I think that was when I really said to myself, I think, I had just gotten to the coaching industry, and there was a lot of like bro marketing, hustle, bullshit, masculine shit. Mm-hmm. And so my already masculine self went even harder. And then I met this woman, and I was like, she's going to be a key to unlocking some feminine shit that I didn't even know. And like, she has been.
Yeah.
And I remember after I flew to Australia for a complete fucking stranger, I looked at her in the face and I said, I will never miss another event of yours. You lifed me. And to this day, I have attended every single one of her in-person events. And I have never missed one. And I will never miss one. I don't care where she goes, as long as it makes sense for me to go. Like a retreat one, like if she did like a, you know, how to hit 10K retreat or something, I'm like, I don't need to do that, you know. But yeah,
I'm excited.
This is my second time in New York with her. I've been to Tulum, Australia. They're awesome. And we're going to be hosting retreats together, so I'm like excited to do one together first, right before we host. I think it'll be fun.
Me too. I feel like I am just starting to really get in touch with a lot of my feminine side. And
I think that's really, for me, the deeper body, mind, soul connection is like when you say body to me, when you say soul, when you say that connection, to me, that's the feminine. And like, I feel like I am going to come out with a program for women who were in their masculine and struggle with that and then want to get in their feminine. Because I feel like that was my biggest hurdle, and I feel like
it's one of the biggest questions that I get from many of my clients.
And I think that's how I allowed myself to fall in love and be receptive to friendships and other things. Like, I feel like my whole life opened up. But I know your work, we were similar there with like a bit of like not letting everything in all at once.
Well, listen, from a very young age, I think
we're taught to be protected.
Society really it
drills
there's such a part, and maybe not even just in this life but in other lives as well. Like there's such a for women for centuries have been, you know, we put the masculine up as a defense mechanism.
I know.
And it allows us to get things done in the current structure of society. It's a survival.
I know.
And
I think things are really shifting for us.
Yeah, they are.
Where we could be in our feminine. Like, I am so excited to I am a billionaire. That's what I'm saying. That is in my feminine, who is a wife and a mother and balanced and can receive and all of those things. And I think that that's so hard for people to see a woman who is everything. Yeah. And that's where I want to break norms.
Whole. That's why
we have to do a whole. Have it all episode.
Yeah.
That should be our next episode.
We did.
We did. We need to do something else about that.
Yeah,
I think we should talk about breaking societal norms as women.
We should do a workshop. We should do a workshop together about the feminine.
I have a program going on that, but I'm down to do a workshop. We're putting it together right now. I feel like after this retreat, we should sit down and be like, knock out. We have to do witch school and our retreat and
we
all
have
the
a laundry list.
Yeah, we need to get on
list.
It's
a busy time.
I know.
Things are popping, you know.
I think that, like, not to make excuses, but like once I finally move into this home, we're going to come out with so much shit because I'm going to just be there cranking.
I mean, shit is just nuts.
I mean, you're helping with my bathroom. So she's GC in my bathroom. She probably wants to kill me every other day, but it's all right.
It's just a bathroom.
Yeah.
I do that shit in my sleep. Yeah, I feel like
meditation,
connecting
yoga,
with your mind, body, and soul can also be with like journaling.
Yeah. Scripting.
You know,
I like to script.
And kind of like you were saying, movement, like even music and dance.
Okay,
too.
So I love
that's a good way.
Good, like naked mirror time.
I love a dance party.
Like I think that's I'm very sexual when I dance. Like I feel like that is one thing that really got me in my feminine. Was like getting butt ass naked and put on some sexy music all by myself and just adorning myself.
Yeah. Well, the feminine, I mean, she wants to be celebrated and she wants to receive. Yeah. And so, I mean, definitely
from my own hand.
Same. I have like a ritual that I do like a lot of times. I mean, we've talked a lot about my married sex life, but
love it.
when
I told my boyfriend all about that.
When Chris goes, we are like, very, very, I guess not like scheduled, but like we have a routine.
Said regimented in your head.
Routine is what I'm thinking is routine.
No,
but I don't know the word for routine. But
regimented.
Like he goes and takes a shower like while I'm getting ready for bed every night.
I love this. This is Virgo.
He goes and takes a shower. I'm getting ready for bed every night. And I kind of like, that's my time to connect my mind, body, and soul before
you get railed.
Yeah. Yes.
He's going to yell at me.
No, it's true. But it's like,
okay,
it's
wait.
more
Actually, I like that you brought up sex because I feel like sex is something that gets me into my body. I was having a really
when you have an orgasm,
and I was like, not even just orgasm. Like when you're taking me to Pound Town, you're putting me back in my body. Like Aunt was fucking the shit out of me the other day.
Oh my God.
And like, it was so good. I was like, just put me back in my body.
Yeah.
Just put me back in my
body.
Just slam me home, babe.
What I was saying though is like when he goes.
These are one of those moments that you're like, did she just say that?
He leaves the bedroom, goes into the bathroom to take a shower. That's when I like to, do my face, my skincare routine. And like think about connecting with my breath. Like that's when I connect with my breath, when I'm like washing my face, doing my skincare routine, rolling my eyes.
I can't wait to have like better stuff in this new bathroom. You're getting me excited. I'm like thinking, like seeing it. After our double date, I had some great sex.
Yeah, like I get my beautiful face oil out and I start to take care of myself and receive that love from myself. And then I'm like, because honestly, it's vulnerability for me. Like I'm a mom, a wife, like all of those things. I felt like I was like, oh yeah, I'm in touch with my feminine side, but it has to go deeper. And like, that's what I'm really challenging myself with is like being vulnerable. Cause I'm not like, I'm very guarded. I feel
like my boyfriend has helped me with vulnerability because I feel like he wears his heart on his sleeve. So it's made me feel safer to wear mine. Like I feel like in a lot of my past relationships, I have felt not as in my body because I haven't felt as safe. And he's been so permission giving to like make me feel safe and in my feminine and in my body to receive him in all of the fucking ways. And so I will say that like when coming to partnerships,
I think it's like the public for me. It's like, I feel fine being vulnerable in my relationship because we've been together forever, but like new people
telling other people that.
In a partnership.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I mean, in public, like
you should see that.
Like
my
you were saying at the retreat when you like howl, like I would never do that.
But I will tell you, there's certain places I don't like. When Aunt has been like, it was so funny. We went out in New Haven, and so I'm very guarded in some situations. So I'm a watcher. So like I actually like. I've noticed this is where my masculine will come out because I've always like my dad always said like always know the exits like blah, blah, blah. So like the first thing I'm doing is like how can I leave, who are these people, am I safe? And obviously that comes down more when I'm with a man, but I feel like I have a whole nother demeanor to myself when I'm in public in a packed room because I'm always looking at how to get the fuck out of there if I need to. So I am not as relaxed.
Yeah.
In certain situations, so I don't feel like my vulnerability comes out, and I'm so vulnerable around him now that when we go out, he goes, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." I'm just like in a different vibe.
I just feel like in intimate settings, like even I don't know, at like let's say like at your birthday party, like I am just. It takes me a really long time to open up to people. Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like we all have different, for me, like I get in a room full of people, like new people, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch this for a while.
Yeah, but that's who.
But I miss out on that. But that you could miss out on like really good connections and conversations by just I don't have to keep my fucking guard up all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that at all.
I know you're not.
I'm like the first person to be like, "Hey everybody, I'm Andrea. Nice to meet you."
Exactly.
No, I really am. Exactly. I'm really obnoxious.
So that's what I'm thinking about. Like when I'm, getting in my feminine, it's like I can also receive connection and love from strangers.
Yeah, I think that's good. I like that. Well, we're doing good.
I know.
We're like 30 minutes in.
Cool.
Can you believe that?
That's wonderful. I think that was really great.
Yeah. Yeah, meditation, yoga, journaling, all the things, meditation.
You know what, guys? I'm going to go to Mexico and I'm going to connect my mind, body, and soul. And when I get back, I will report back to you on how that went.
She's going to get lots of laid.
And sun. I'm so excited. Lots of laid
and sun. Now I just want to text my boyfriend and have him come over and put me in my body. But I'm not going to do that because I have a long day tomorrow. All
right, witches.
All right.
So good to see you all.
Peace out.
Night-night.